Once again, die hard state of mind. We in the building. What's up, baby?
Chilling, man. Trying to get myself together
Um,
on this side of things, man.
yeah, man. Who's in here? Oh man, you in here early. Happy Monday, hey everybody. Happy Monday to you too, my brother. Happy Monday to you too. If you don't know who we are, you can go follow us on Twitter at Diehard Pod. What is it? Either Diehard Podcast or
It's
Diehard
Diehard Knicks, yeah, Diehard Knicks PC on Twitter.
Knicks PC on Twitter, and you got Be More Like State of New York Knicks podcast. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in to another episode of Die Hard State of Mind, episode 97. I guess it felt like 100 million, but okay, cool. I guess let's start off with the cheating allegations. I guess since that was a subject, a huge subject among the community, among the sports community. How you feel about that?
Well, as soon as all these sports people got into bed with these betting companies, what do you think was going to happen? Because it's so easy. Everybody has a phone. That's the issue with most jobs in America, man. Like everybody's always getting in trouble for being on your phone while you're at work. You see cops on their phones, sanitation workers, doctors be on their phones and stuff like that. So, why wouldn't the basketball players be on their phones and stuff and using the same apps everybody else uses? So I mean, how easy is it to throw a game, because you're just trying to get a spread or something like that? You know what I'm saying? That's bugged out.
Super bugged out. And what's crazy to me, honestly, is just the integrity of the game. Like, you cheat the game when you do stuff like this. and that's for anybody. Like, you're not supposed to do this to the game. So basically, from an article that I have on the screen, a professional bettor placed 30 wagers in 46 minutes, all involving Terry Rozier in 2023 NBA game, according to documents obtained by ESPN that reveal new details about the suspicious betting under scrutiny by federal investigators. Now, Chauncey Billups, his case is dealing with the mob. Right? He's dealing with some mobsters, some gangsters, to the point E-Rock, hold on, let me remove this real quick. It's so real, E-Rock. It's a mobster on YouTube. And he was talking about how the books, like he used to run books and whatnot. And he was talking about the whole betting thing. He was like, oh, players who sit themselves out and sit for fake injuries. Oh, that's normal. That's common. I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah, I seen the same thing too. Like sometimes they get in trouble with on guys where they owe a lot of money or whatever, and they said that, well, I can't pay you the money back. So it's okay, you don't have to pay it back. Just for the next X amount of games, that's what he said. I need you to throw an interception every game, or whatever. Don't allow to get the lead or something, whatever, something that you can manipulate easily in the game that that somebody that's betting could get some leverage on. You know what I'm saying? So it's messy, bro. It's not like isolated to this thing. It's been going on for a while. Remember that referee that got in trouble for for messing with that stuff early on. They did like a movie on it and all that kind of stuff, I think. Right?
You talking about Tim Donahue?
Yeah. He got locked up too. Did he get locked up?
Yes, he did. So Tim Donahue, I hate his guts, by the way, because of what he did to Allen Iverson. That's a story for another night. NBA referee Tim Donahue was caught betting on games he officiated and providing inside information to gamblers. He admitted to manipulating foul calls to influencing point spreads. Duarte served 15 months in prison and remains to be one of the biggest referee scandals in NBA history.
Yeah.
So, he was cheating. DeJounte Porter, Michael Porter brother, he was gambling. He was cheating. Some old school gambling stuff, the Yankees, they was dealing with the mobs back early. Calvin Ridley, he recently got suspended for an NFL season because of gambling. One of the things, point shading, right? You was about to say something about that.
Well, Pete Rose famously, man, they banned Pete Rose from baseball, and then they finally brought him back when he died, which is messed up, man. So I mean, like I said, these sports people they make things so easy and it's convenient. When it's convenient to them, and it's just funny that now the NBA is getting kickback from these places, and and then now look at what's happening, man. So it's not a good look on sports.
Do you think that messed with player psyche? Because every time I turn on a goddamn, I'll give you an example. Today I was watching ESPN. I was watching Good Morning, wake up with those guys and whatever. Shouts to those guys. And he literally did a promo for gambling for FanDuel. And I'm watching, I'm like, how can these guys avoid that? Like, what do you think is going through their mind when people place bets on them and whatnot? And do you think guys like Terry Rozier and Billups, you think it was like hard for cash, or was like something deeper?
Well, I mean, these guys are making an incredible amount of money. I think Terry Rozier made like over $100 million, something like that, So it wasn't for money. Like these guys were, they're talking about $10,000, $100,000 here and there. You know what I'm saying? So it could be for a friend, possibly. It could be something wild, or it could just be, the thrill of it. Like Michael Jordan is a famous gambler, and it wasn't the fact that he needed the money. He's a billionaire, but the thing is that he can't lose. That's like once you like. Could you imagine though, bro? Like that's just like you're in incredible shape. You're young. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? You're the top of your game, the best in your sport. You know what I'm saying? So like to lose at anything, especially to somebody that's not on your level, that's got to do something with your head. So like Michael Jordan would, like if you're flipping coins or anything, that dude does not want to lose at any point. So I get it. The ego of somebody that plays sports, man. I could imagine. But to be that level, like you're the best in the world, I can imagine how incredible your ego could be.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, everybody showing you love, you the breadwinner, like everybody. It's like,
yeah, even your parents can't tell you nothing, because look at these kids. There's a kid, BYU. He signed with BYU or whatever.
AJ, you talking about AJ, the Buster?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's nice. He's cold.
Yeah, but he signed an NIL deal for like they said upwards to $7 million as a college student. You're talking about a kid that's 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? So what can his parents say? What can anybody say to him? You know what I'm saying? I earned $7 million. What can anybody say to somebody like that? So you can imagine how that ego could just roll around and then get people into huge problems.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. Finally, our guy, the gambler, Terry Rozier. Oh my goodness. On the morning of March 23rd, 2023, a better at a sports book in Biloxi, Mississippi, Jesus, placed 13,759 in bets on unders in Rozier's statistics in a night between Charlotte Hornets and the Pelicans. All 30 bets won. After Rozier, an 8-year veteran with the Hornets at the time, exited 10 minutes into the game, citing foot issue.
Wow.
I like, bro.
That's crazy. That's a lot of bread, though. That's a lot of money being spent there.
And that's a lot of money being lost. That's the underlying factor to that. Like, we losing money.
I just can't wrap my head around it, because imagine, because like you're becoming a professionals. You're in a professional sports, any sport, doesn't even matter what sport it is. Like you made it. You know what I'm saying? You know how hard that is. There's like millions of people. Everybody that ever picked up a basketball wanted to play in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Then you finally get there. You know what I'm saying? Beat the odds and get there. Get major money and all this. Become a star in the NBA, and then get yourself involved in something like this. It's just, I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah, it's pathetic. Honestly, I hope to God I never witnessed like a Knicks player manipulating anything when it comes to like Knicks games. That would be tough, a tough pill to swallow. Pause. With that said, shouts to all you Knicks fans. Please go read my new Substack, SOIK Substacks, and I definitely wrote about the game from yesterday. So Eru, switching gears, let's get into the game, man. What was your thoughts on the Knicks losing to Miami Heat, and how you felt about the team, how they played and whatnot?
So far the season, we're 3 games past, whatever. I think the Knicks have been playing pretty good, to tell you the truth, man. I'm enjoying just the different offense. Just loving basketball. I can watch anybody play. Pull up to a park and just watch people play, and then I scout. You know what I'm saying? So watching the Knicks is like almost like Like it's the same guys, but they're just doing things a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying? So I'm appreciating that learning curve there. About what the Knicks are doing. So I've been enjoying it. But the last game, every loss always brings out a lot of emotion. People get really pissed off about the losses and stuff like that. It's 82 games, so you can't really get too high or low when it comes to these different things. But I thought that the Knicks started losing the game really just because like we were executing Mike Brown's plan, but eventually like the fact that we can't create, the Knicks can't really create. They were getting to the paint, like Mike Brown said, and they were kicking the ball out, but it just wasn't like, it was kind of like robotic, not robotic, but it just kind of was not fun really. And you could see the players were getting frustrated because it wasn't working, and guys were passing up shots. You know what I'm saying? And passing up layups. They were passing up layups. There was passing up open jump shots and things of that nature. So I just think as time goes on, little things like that will start to air itself out. Shout out to Monica McNutt too. She asked Mike Brown something similar. They asked him about, so what do you think the Knicks are right now as far as their rotations and finding their play? What do you think they are right now? And then Mike Brown started the conversation with you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty funny, but the Knicks this is early in the season, so you can just kind of take things slow right now. It's not time to go crazy yet.
With that said,
what do you think
me,
about it?
Yeah. We lost the game in the late third quarter, and I'm really not trying to be harsh on OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, but when Jalen Brunson sits, I firmly expect for those two guys to take the bull by the horns and get going. By the end of the third quarter, the Knicks was down 88-81, and they could not stop nobody. But I have here, let me bring this up on the screen, a couple of reasons, in my opinion, why the Knicks lost yesterday. So let's start off with Karl-Anthony Towns, right? Yesterday, specifically, I felt his offense was dirt trash. And I'm trying to be nice about it. He started off the game chucking threes. I didn't like the fact that he was chucking so many threes. And we know you're great. Right? We know you're great at shooting threes. Don't chuck threes every single time. You're basically letting the team off the hook. Yeah. You're literally letting them off the hook. Another thing that comes straight to my mind, Ariel Hukporti got dominated by Bam Adebayo. When Bam Adebayo hit that corner three, I said, oh yeah, we're in trouble. Another thing, so let me bring this back up on the screen so people can actually see some of the stuff that I see a little bit. I felt Jalen Brunson, love his game yesterday. He was actually my player of the game. Let's scroll up here. He was actually my player of the game. He had 37 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. He had 4 steals, right? 14 for 26 from the field, shot 53.8%. That stuff that you like to see, 5-11 from three-point line. He had 10 fourth quarter points.
Yeah, he was locked in, man. That's all I'm going to say. He was locked in. You could see the game face. He was like in mid-season form already in game 3.
And with that said, he was locked in. Nobody else wasn't. Mikal Bridges had 2 shots, and it was 5:45 left in the second quarter. I don't know if I got to take that out on Brunson. I don't know if I got to take that out on Mikal Bridges because I want him to get more shots. He's actually very efficient this year. When I get the stats, I'll show you. He's very efficient this year. So I want him to get more shots. I don't want to see Brunson take 26 shots. That's just me. But in that game yesterday, the way them other guys played, they all played lethargic. OG, he shot 12 threes. He took 13 shots. Why?
Yeah, that's uncharacteristic of what he does as a basketball player. But that's just the how weak the team is as far as creativity and stuff. Like the guys that are like, we just have a team full of nice guys. I think we said that so many different times last year, whatever. But it's the same thing. Like guys are afraid to just be, because if look on the other side, Vasquez on the Miami Heat, he was acting like he was Paul Pierce out there, the way that he was attacking and stuff, and some of the other guys too. That Powell dude, he was going crazy. But everybody had that energy about them where when they got to the paint, they wasn't just comfortable with getting to the paint and then just passing it, whatever. They was getting to the paint on some wop, wop, wop. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna stop me and then I'll kick it. You know what I'm saying? If you can't stop me, then I'm gonna keep scoring. You know what I'm saying? So the Knicks didn't have that. The only person that other than Brunson that was trying to get it in was Clarkston, and he couldn't buy a bucket, man. You could see the frustration with him. Yeah.
And speaking of Clarkson, he was 2 for 11. Clarkson, Shamlet, and Yabusele, 10 points, 3 for 21 from the field, 0 for 12 from 3. It was also a lineup that I hated. The Yabusele, Josh Hart, Landry Shamlet, Kolek lineups, dead. I never want to see it again. And another thing, Josh Hart and his finger, he can't buy a basket. He literally, he's 0% from 3 this season. That's very alarming to me. I got another tweet, and I definitely want to show you this tweet because it shows all of the guys' field goal percentages, and I think it's attributed to being in a new system, right? And Mike Brown still trying to find the offense. So we shot 15 for 54 from 3. We was 27.8% from 3. We was 38 for 98 from the field. 38% from the field. Those are horrible numbers. And the Knicks got to pick them up. I get it. We had no Deuce McBride. But Deuce McBride to this sandwich, he's the lettuce. You can take out the lettuce for a night in the sandwich. It's still good.
Yeah, but not for nothing though. As far as that player that's not afraid to shoot and stuff like that has balls to shoot it. Deuce McBride is one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? For whether he doesn't have that bop to his game. He's not afraid to get a shot up. You know what I'm saying? And then like a guy like a Mikal Bridges, he's just content with sailing around the court like he's on skates. And OG is just like content. OG keeps falling on the floor. That guy is like clumsy as hell, man. So I mean, we have issues with our team, man. But I think it's issues that can be fixed. But I just don't know, man. Because even last year, remember they were complaining that Brunson, when Brunson didn't play, they played better. So I mean, what's going to happen this year now? The offense, it caters to players like this, where everybody gets a chance to come into the paint and do things. You know what I'm saying? So whose fault is it going to be? If you have the ball in your hand and you're not doing nothing with it,
Yeah, man. It was crazy. Shout out to OG because OG right now is currently tied in the NBA for steals. He's at 2.7 steals per game. So kudos to OG and Anunoby for that. Also with OG and Anunoby, right now he has a defensive field goal percentage of 37.9. Anything under 40 is great. So he's been kind of doing his job. My only issue with OG, hot and cold. Hot and cold. The man is this why I call him Paper Man. It's 2 sides every court. One day he plays like Paper Man, the injured guy, and then the other day he plays like Paper Man, the $212 million guy.
Hey, it drives me crazy, man. I just can't take them get into it's like they get to the cusp of about to do something and then they pass the ball. It's like, they're content with that, so they got, I'm hoping that Mike Brown, this open door policy he's talking about where guys are free to talk and stuff. I'm hoping these guys can have some real conversations, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not like the Knicks were necessarily playing bad. They were missing shots, but they weren't taking, let's say they weren't taking like aggressive shots. These shots were kind of like behind the 8 ball kind of shots. You know what I'm saying? They were taking like the last second shot where whoever had that shot looking at the shot clock, they got to get it up. So there's an anxiety with that shot. You know what I'm saying? Miami Heat didn't have that problem the whole game. Guys were just taking shots within the flow and they never had but there wasn't like a major part of the game where they were pressed to score at any point. You know what I'm saying? Even though the Knicks, up and down, it was an up and down game, but at no point did Miami were they pressed to score. You know what I'm saying? So, it's something the Knicks have to figure out.
That's a fact. And what's crazy is, as I bring this lovely little tweet on our screen right here, right? Let me make sure you Knicks fans see this. So the New York Knicks right now, Hero, the one thing that stands out, the defense way ahead of the offense. Like that's mind-boggling to me. Right now, the Knicks are ranked 4th overall in defensive rating at 5.6. Somebody, if you want to fact check me on that, I think the last time I seen it was 5th, but who knows? I use NBA.com for that stat. We're also 22 in offensive rating. We're 27th in points per game, which is nasty work. We're last in field goal percentage. We're 22nd in three-point percentage, and we're third in rebounding. So the third in rebounding is irrelevant to me because if you're last in field goal percentage and 22nd in three-point percentage, of course you're going to be building a house and people's going to be picking bricks up all over. So, of
The
course.
offensive rebound has been up too, so that goes to show you too. We're missing shots. That's why we're getting the opportunity to get the offensive rebound.
Yeah. And Yabusele, his net rating was a minus 53.2 in 16 minutes last game. Oh my goodness. What
He's been trashed to keep it a buck, you know what I'm saying? But his shot, I think Clyde brought it up a couple times, even Breen brought it up, like he's like aiming his shot. You can see it. He's getting it up there, and then he's just kind of just like just aiming it, and then even his movements is just like he's not moving freely yet. You know what I'm saying? I think he's another nice guy. He just doesn't want to like step on people's toes yet. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't really gotten loose yet. He's one of those guys that like to scream and that type of thing. He hasn't really gotten loose yet. So that's something we're gonna have to wait for him to get out of his shell, at some point.
Hero, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't got time to wait for that, man.
Yeah, I ain't got time for it either. Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready this year because I mean the Knicks, we're here now, man. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks have been winning up until this point. We've had these guys for a certain amount of time now. Like we know what Mikal and OG, we know what all these guys are capable of, right? Especially after last year, because we can blame Tibbs, right? And we will. We blame Tibbs for that offense and for not substituting and stuff like that. But these players, they did amazing things, like Mikal with the defensive stuff, hitting clutch shots, and Cat hitting clutch shots, OG hitting clutch shots, and Brunson going crazy. So we know what our guys can do. So I believe in our guys, So now is now. So if these guys don't start, if this doesn't start to translate, in such a way where we are who everybody says that we are, and if we that doesn't translate, then we're gonna have some problems.
Yeah, quick, fast, in a hurry. One of my favorite quotes for this season. This is not Mike Brown roster.
That's true. That's another thing too. So I don't want to get there though. You know what I'm saying? Once you start talking about that, then you be like, yo, then we need to get rid of this guy. This is not Mike Brown's player and stuff. That's what we did the whole 5 years with Tom Thibodeau. Oh, he's not a Tom Thibodeau type of player. Like, oh, brother, here we go with this bullshit.
Brother.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. Let me get to some of the chat. It's the same offense as last year. Nostalgia, if you don't stop, you're not. Matter of fact.
Well, I give it like this. It's the same concept. It's not the same offense. It's the same concept. Because Tom Thibodeau had a read and react offense. You know what I'm saying? I think we kind of overtalked that. But it's just the fact that that it was read and react to a certain point, and that at a certain point, Tom Thibodeau just says, give the ball to Brunson, and that's it. Everybody clear out. Four men on the side and Brunson in the middle going by himself. So that's a gift and a curse there with that. But with Mike Brown, this offense has been rolling. Guys have been rolling, cutting, getting to the paint. Guys are moving around to spots. You can see that it's working. You know what I'm saying? Certain guys, they go into spots. Like I noticed that Clarkston, they like to put him in the bottom left corner, during games and stuff. So certain things I'm starting to notice the repeating in the offense. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like Tom Thibodeau's, but the concept is similar. It's not really like he's not calling plays, per se. You know what I'm saying? But the concept that we're doing is similar to Tom Thibodeau, but it just the offense is a little bit more, rotating.
And to piggyback on that point, shout outs to our guy, Sweeney Poole. Knicks last season averaged 281.2 passes and 44.6 potential assists per game. Through 3 games this season, they're averaging 309.3 passes and 48.7 potential assists per game.
Yeah, we have access to so much stats nowadays.
Oh, bro, I forgot one website. I remember the website. It's just not coming to my mind right now. But they actually have a graph where you can dead see like the amount of passes per game the Knicks are making.
That's incredible.
literally, like the amount of stuff that people have of today's technology is insane. Like another quick stat for you, Eru, and for the Knicks fans that's tuning there. Hold on, make sure we get this. All right. So yesterday, And this was yesterday. Open and wide open shots. Last 3 games. Open equals defender 4 to 6 feet away. Wide open is 6+ feet. So I know you all know how to do math. You know, I'm know how to do math too, right? Open field goals made. Jalen Brunson 3 in the open field goals attempted is 13, right? Wide open field goals made 3. Wide open field goals attempted 6. 31.5% is his total field goal percentage. So dudes is just missing. Jordan Clarkson, missing. Yabusele, missing. Coley, missing. Josh Hart, that man, he might as well cut off his finger. At this point, you just cut off your.
Yo, do you think the Miami factor came into play last night? You know, it just being in Miami, because everybody's shots was short last night, especially like in the when we were trying to make those comebacks. There was a couple floaters. I think Kolek barely grazed the rim. I think he might have threw an air ball. Somebody threw an air ball like towards the basket.
Kolek, Jordan Clarkson literally nailed a layup, looking like my young boy RG in his second year.
Yeah.
So everybody was missing, but this is a great graph. Shout outs to Shy NBA. This is a great graph because he basically is telling you, like, yo, certain guys, they're just missing shots, bro.
Yeah.
They're just missing shots. And that's attributed to being in a new system. And just to, I want to show you this, man. Let me show you this, man. I want to know your thoughts about this, because obviously we are talking about the Knicks as a team, as a whole. So let me bring this back on the screen. Just scrolling down here, and these are the Knicks players percentages wise, right? Horrible. Cat, 40.5% from the field. Cat has yet to shoot above. Let me bring this back. Cat has yet to shoot above 50% from the field in all 3 games. Shouts to my guy Allen.
Yeah.
He don't look like a Brandon. I said it last week in a space, and this for me preseason looking at it. In this regular season, he just don't look comfortable yet offensively. Defensively, he looks way better than last season.
Yeah, I think he's in better shape. He looks to be in better shape than he was last year. But you know, last year too, you know, Cat had a little issue in the beginning. Remember, he wasn't shooting; they weren't giving him the ball, and then he just bust out. I forgot what the high was, but I think he got like 50. Something like that. He got like a lot of points one game.
It was 44.
Something like that.
44-point game woke him up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think with him is going to take a little time too. He expressed some frustration too, though, in the offense when, you know, during the preseason. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just something, because I mean, like, you know, with the way that Brown wants to play with the movement and stuff like that, the trailer 3-point shots and things like that, you know, it's going to free up the 3-point shot. The issue now is that players as individuals, they have to understand when it's time to put the ball on the floor and time to do something else, rather than just settling for like the shot that the offense is going to create. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to be aggressive and do something else to open up a loophole on the offense to get guys going. You know, I think that was the issue. You know, against Miami,
AKA beat by boom. Got to go get your own shot. So when Jalen Brunson sits towards the end of the third quarter and Karl Anthony Towns sits, certain guys just gotta go and get it. And that was my issue. And we're going to get into Brunson like the last segment, but that's kind of my issue. And now I view Brunson in the Carmelo Anthony ilk, where I don't want to waste him. So I don't want to. What I mean by that is, I want the best possible players we can next to him while he's in his prime now, because he is the size that he is, and I don't know how long his prime is going to be. So
he's so good, man. Brunson looks in great shape too. He looked like he might have lost a little something too. Body fat percentage wise, he looks a little more solid, you know, up top too. You know, so I mean, yeah, I'm with you, man. You know, I still you know, certain plays I don't believe in, like Mikal Bridges. I see that he's enjoying himself, but with him and this guy OG, you know, they just don't like Mikal is content with getting into a spot, turning around and fading away. You know, OG's content with getting to a spot, you know, and then just turning around and passing it to somebody. You know, you know what I'm saying? They don't get to the point where they get to that bridge and then they don't cross it. You know what I'm saying? They get to the bridge and then they're looking for an exit. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference between like players at their caliber, around the league. But I was swimming through the, just the NBA, similar players and stuff. Like somebody like OG that could shoot the three at his height. There's not many people at his height, position wise, and all that. That really match up with him. Like the matches the defense and the 3-point shooting at his size. There's not many players in the NBA like that. You know what I'm saying? The only other player that I've seen that's a similar is like guys like Justin, Champagne, whatever from the Spurs or something. You know what I'm saying? And
Andrew Nemhard, like that kind of
yeah, but Nemhard is a point guard though.
I mean, not Andrew Nemhard. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yo, I got Indiana nightmare.
Yeah, PTSD already from last year. Yeah, but somebody that can get you 18 sometimes, around there. There's not really too many people like that.
It's not. I was thinking of Aaron Nesmith. Hold on. We sorry, chat. Didn't mean to neglect y'all for so long. It's the same offense as last year. Come on, nostalgia, Nick. Stop your nonsense. Also, our team is very small compared to Miami. We needed more size. So specifically on the perimeter, that lineup that I told you about, the Yabusele playing at center, the Knicks don't need that. They need to find out what they're going to do with that. Playing Yabusele with Josh Hart, with Kolek, with Shamlit. If Shamlit not hitting his shots, Josh Hart, he damn sure can't make a shot. Yabusele can't make a shot. What do you want them to do?
Yeah, but size wise, I'm just looking. Like I know they got Killer Ware, and then if we had Mitchell Robinson, maybe he would have made a difference in the game like yesterday because we kind of needed that extra defender and stuff like that to help on the inside. Maybe he would have helped a little bit. But outside of that, you got Andrew Wiggins, you got Bam Adebayo, Norman Powell, Davion Mitchell. These guys don't really have all that much size. Rebounding wise too, you got Bam, this decent rebounder. Khalil also, like I said, but outside of that, they kind of like very similar to the Knicks. You know what I'm saying, as far as size and stuff. So
shout out to Miami for changing the way they play. They're actually first in the NBA in pace right now, which is intriguing to me. Continuing on with our very own Nick bricklayers, because we got a team full of construction workers. Jordan Clarkson, 26% from the field, 20% from three. Josh Hart, 23.1% from the field, 0% from three. Yabusele, 20% from the field. I don't even want to talk about his 3-point percentage. That's why I deleted it off the tweet. Dariel Hakaporti, 25% from the field. Landry Shamlin, 30% from the field. I don't know when Mike Brown is going to pull the plug, because how do you view it? Like, do you view it in 5-game increments, or do you view it in 10-game increments? Because Tim view it in 50-game increments. That
motherfucker, man. I'm so glad we don't got Tom Thibodeau around no more, man. It just, it's like it's too much stuff. I mean, just like the way that people were on his ass too, like you know what I'm saying. Oh, Tom Thibodeau, he's saying, I mean, come on, cut it out, man. Like I'm tired of looking at the same stuff and tired of arguing about the same things, But I mean, what were you alluding to with the question? Crazy, man.
Yo.
Like 5-game increments and stuff like that. I think the 5-game thing is good.
And like, how do you view it? Like, do you view it in 5-game increments? Do you view it in 10-game increments before the tips?
Yeah, man, fucking Tom Thibodeau, man. He's a distraction, man. I can't answer the question because I just like looking. But 5-game increments is nice, you know what I'm saying? Because you at least you get like a nice little like bulk of games together where you can compare what's happening. See, even these 3 games, the first 2 games and then this one, the Knicks played good. They played, I wouldn't say dominant, but we did what we were supposed to do in the first 2 games. This game, we got a little resistance. You know what I'm saying? So the resistance, and then also too, I think Nostalgic brought it up at one point too, said like the coach might have lost the game because he did bench Brunson for a long stretch. But Brunson still played 35 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So Tom Thibodeau would have played him 45 yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Just to get the win. You know what I'm saying? And that's not right. So I kind of like what Mike Brown did. Mike Brown said, listen, we got the players, you guys have the talent, let's get it done. And the guys just didn't respond,
Just to defend Mike Brown here, shout out to my guy Vince. he definitely said Jalen Brunson went back to the locker room. Because even when I came into the liquor store, my uncle, that was the first thing he asked me. Like, he said, yo, yeah. He called me my African name, my Ghanaian name. Yo, yeah. Yo, what's up with your man, Mike Brown, man? I'm trying to get a black man a little leeway. That's the first thing that I was about. But I had to tell him, like, yeah, Brunson didn't come in because of a little injury stuff. And then he went back to go sit on the bench. But that's beside the point. When you got $350+ million on that basketball court and OG and Mikal, one of you two gotta go and get it. That's my main issue with the Knicks.
Yeah.
That's it's a little bit about Brunson. And I guess we're gonna get to that as the last segment of the show. But it's more really about his teammates. It's more really about them. We spent 5 years to get to this point. We traded 7 first-round picks in total because you gave up 2 to get the Josh Hart. You gave up 5 to get the Mikal Bridges. You gave up 2 kids for OG. You gave up a kid to get Barnyard Bogdanovich, whatever his name is, and Alec Burke. And then you traded that for Mikal Bridges. So you gave up 4 kids. You also gave up Obi 4 kids, 2 second round. You gave up all of this to have this team with Brunson. I don't respect none of them. I don't defend Cat. And I defended Cat last year. And I'm like, yo, it's my all-star starter, this, that, and third. That was last year. Now I need him to defensively pick it up. He's picking it up defensively, but I don't view him either as a guy that, yo, go get the ball, go get me a bucket, go beat Bapu. I don't view him as that.
Yeah, we don't have anybody like between just like if you just look at it on face value, like OG, Karl-Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, what's the difference between them? You know what I'm saying? Like what's the difference? Because you can't give OG the ball and tell me to give me a bucket. You can't do it to Mikal. You can't, and you really can't do it to Cat neither. Every time Cat is going to the basket, he's usually like ramming himself into the basket, and then he'll do like a hop step, and then he'll and he'll fall on the floor because he's throwing the ball sideways or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's never like something in control where he's like in control of the situation. It's really just him, just kind of like, jamming himself and trying to put a square into a circle peg.
Yo. I never seen Karl-Anthony Towns go this short. I never seen Karl-Anthony Towns go like this and like, you get what I'm saying? Like, short got a little shimmy shake, turn around. I never seen him do that. Now that we talking,
he doesn't set up. He doesn't set up a move. He doesn't like most guys that even like Bam Adebayo. He knows how to get to his spot to score. You know what I'm saying? Like Mikal. I mean, Mikal Karl-Anthony Towns. He doesn't really get into a spot to do work. You know what I'm saying? And if he is posting up, he's more concerned with trying to stop the guy's heart from beating. You know what I'm saying? With a pow, pow. You know what I'm saying? Guys that do that, they don't have no bag. They just trying to force their way to a spot just so they can get a bullshit shot up, man. And then crying for the refs to come save me, give me a foul, man.
I hate
you know what I'm saying?
He is too good for that nonsense, bro. I hate it when he does that BS, bro.
The thing with Karl-Anthony Towns, though, is that he did have moves, though, at some points of his career. I've seen him do things where he can score with either hand. He did it in college. He has post moves, but why we don't see that now at this stage of his career?
Ooh, yo, that's a great question, bro. I want him to go into the paint more, but also you don't want to take away his 3-point shot. But in Mike Brown's offense, he's required to make plays in the high post. And I don't think Karl-Anthony Towns, I don't think he's a good passer. Like that's what kind of like bothers me a little bit. Like if OG and like you don't necessarily have to be a great like dribbler of the basketball. Like Sabonis is not a great dribbler of the basketball. He got handled, but he has high IQ and he's a great passer. The Knicks don't have a great passer next to Brunson, so you got to manufacture stuff. And the stuff that they're manufacturing, in my opinion, it won't work for some teams. Well, the hell with that. It don't work for me come playoff time. Like, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, the lingering question now is like, do we even have the right mix right now? Because, I mean, it's okay for Karl-Anthony Towns to be that way, but if OG's that way also, and your other guy, Mikal, is like that also, then you have a problem because you got to somebody's got to be different than the other two. You know what I'm saying? So, but we have three guys that basically play the same. You know, next to
Ooh.
Brunson.
Ooh. Let's see who comment. We got bad comments. Shout out to y'all. Once our shots start falling, it's over, brother. 3 games turn into 6, 6 turn into 12. That's all I'm saying to you. Yeah, we said we got to drop the pounds. For the love of God, this man, the man came here and became Jerome James.
Jerome James, damn son.
Yeah,
He got a big old ass though, man. That motherfucker Yabusele, he got some cheeks on him, man. Like you remind me of Kyle Lowry, man. He got some cheeks on that thing, but he don't use them right though. You know, he's another guy that he should be able to like get as much space as he needs to get his shot off because he's just so big.
Post up. You see how strong his shoulders? Post up.
Yeah.
My issue with him, he doesn't play big. He don't play big. He plays like a guard. He don't play like his size. He play like he's 6'3". Jalen Brunson plays like he's 6'9". He don't play like that, and it's insane.
Yo, Brunson is amazing, bro. His leg strength is incredible, man. The way he could change angles and stuff, and then like he goes against. I think he drove on what's the white kid the
Petit Jovic.
Yeah, he drove on Jokic, man, and then Jokic was right on his ass, and then he just did one move, whatever, and then he just laid it right on him with the guy coming right to block it. He just laid it right on him. I'm like, damn, this guy is amazing, man. Yeah, he's amazing.
Shout out to JB, man.
Well, let me ask you this though. All right, since we're talking about that, like it could be anybody. It doesn't have to be the kind of Knicks trade for them, but like, what would be a good partner for Brunson? Who would be a good person to put next to him? Because Karl Anthony Towns is on that level of a second player. OG and Mikal, they're kind of like maybe like third option, fourth option kind of guy. But who could be that second option to Brunson if Brunson's your number one? Like ideally,
That's a tough question because several things come to my mind. Like I'm still asking Brunson to scale it back. I'm still asking to scale it back. Like he got a 31.3 usage rate. Mikal Bridges got a 13.3 usage rate. I'm still begging Brunson to scale it back. Jordan Clarkson is third on the team in usage rate. I don't know why, but he needs to scale it back too. The perfect partner for Brunson. I'm not going to say no names. I don't want people to kill me. Matter of fact, I'll say 3 names, but the archetype I would love is a tall wing player or guard who can play make at a high level.
Just throw a name just for shits and giggles. It doesn't, it doesn't have to be somebody we could trade for. It's just the ideal type of person. Cause I struggle with it all the time. I'm like really thinking like what would be good. Cause I mean, like, not for nothing, Giannis, obviously. I think that would be somebody like that.
But for shits and giggles, like a dude like Tyrese Halliburton, like a dude like Lonzo, like LaMelo Ball, like that archetype right there. It for me is like the perfect running mate for Brunson, because Brunson, you need somebody to offset him. But that person that offsets him, I believe, needs to be an elite dribbler of the basketball. But he also has to be way taller than Jalen Brunson. You don't want 2 short players in the backcourt. You don't win championships like that, in my opinion. And just somebody tall, bro. Somebody tall, and it can't be Cat, because we know Cat is not a playmaker. I never viewed him as a playmaker. I don't even view him as a championship 2 option. I view him as a championship 3 option, in my opinion. Because Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah. And so, like, one of those tall wing player, like, so for example, like prime Paul George would be the perfect wing partner. Like, he'd be the perfect.
Yeah, that I agree with.
Somebody like that.
Yeah, last year when we was talking about Paul Pierce, I think that was the main thing. We were talking about him, just his ability to do everything. You know what I'm saying? Next to Brunson would have been dope to have.
Yeah, Paul George. It's so many, it's so many people, man. Diarra instead of Yabba Dabba Doo. I think Diarra will get his shot, but I don't think it's no time soon. Just out of respect that Mike Brown is just his first season here. He's trying to be acclimated within the ranks of the team.
Yo, that kid will be around soon. It won't be. I don't think it might be this year, maybe towards the end of the year, maybe. But at some point we're gonna be talking about him a lot. I think
That's that's definitely a fact. Because JB is not allowed to nitpick offense. Yabu is dirt. Yeah, brother. Trust me, I know, brother. We need more sprays. We definitely do need more sprays, but guys gotta hit their shots. We just put on the screen.
Stop
It's
saying
not
sprays.
horrible.
I get Mike Brown saying sprays, man. We got to stop saying that shit, man. Just because he says spray, man. Fuck that.
Shout out to Mike Brown. We're not gonna win every game. It's a long season. You know why I hate that quote? Because as a person that, and you're for this, like in other than content creators, people that do content. After a while, you know, like what certain things people was gonna say. You didn't heard certain quotes over 1,000 times. You didn't seen certain quotes over 1,000 times. That whole shtick of it's only 3 games in. I heard that with the last guy. I'm calling that guy. I have no patience to wait at all.
Yeah, you seen it be already. You know what I'm saying? I'm older, right? So like I get in arguments with guys, and I used to tell them a bunch of stuff. I'm trying not to do that anymore. Trying not to, insult people like that because it's the human experience. Like if you just experience life a little bit longer than somebody else, you might have seen something a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Like let's say like for me, for instance, like just to throw women out there. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen so many different women. It's not that I've been with so many women. It's just that I've been around so much women that I'm not like intimidated by or so thirsty or whatever. But somebody in their 20s, they see chicks that, oh, you look at that one or whatever. They're trying to get all of them. But once you don't have that experience, you just don't look at things that's the same way as somebody that doesn't have that experience. So that's I get what you're saying with the content creating thing.
That's definitely true. Shout out to Jay Bull. Yo, what's up? Please get these likes up. Everybody, please press the like and share button. Appreciate all of you guys. We got Eru and State collaborating on a Monday night, right? Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. Yeah, man. Listen, Eru said, look, brother, I can do work 3 in the morning, bro. You can't do that. So I'm like, all right, man, let me pack up the equipment. Let me go to the store. And let me hurry up so we get this good content out for these people, man. We trying to this year we trying to make sure y'all see us on the screen way more. You see us on Twitter way more, and we gonna put our best foot forward. Man.
Yeah, stay just to say, I definitely appreciate you, man. I remember like the first time me and you interacted with each other. It was on Anchor. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days and shit. That was some years ago. You know what I'm saying? And you have not been. You've been the same. You've been the same towards me since then. So I just definitely appreciate it, man. I never experienced no funny shit with you. No nothing. Everything has been 100 with you, man. So I just have to say that.
Yo, appreciate that, man. Man, shit, you and Apollo, man.
Yeah, it's been us 3. Yeah, I feel like we probably should have got together and did something a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? But between us 3, definitely big fans of each other and stuff, man. So
Yeah, no, that's a fact. Hope we gonna get Apollo next time our state of mind. We gotta get Apollo on it. We got chop it up with the bro, man. Shout out to Apollo, man. Make sure you go follow God Up Next Podcast. It's on Twitter, it's on YouTube. Make sure you go follow my guy, man. Well, our guy, all of our guy, right? Fans be saying the same thing every year. Bro, I'm sick of it, bro. I just was getting into an argument with dudes on Twitter spaces before we came up here. Before I give you the last question, before we get out of here. Because I was literally arguing for like 20 minutes over Jalen Brunson. Like, whatever. I'm not waiting for nothing. I strongly agree with that. I waited some years. I done had too many battles with Eru about RJ Barrett. I'm not battling no more. I didn't watch the full game yesterday, but was our defense bad on Norman Powell or was he cooking? Brother, just for you. Just because, the one, this is why I post that to you. Got tired of people saying, you're putting narratives on the timeline.
I hate that narrative bullshit too, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a political term, just like like the left wing and all this bullshit, man. I say, man, fuck you, man, and and just fuck you straight without any kind of fucking like extra, meaning behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, and this is why myself, I consistently go at Mikal Bridges because. And I try to go at Cat too, because I don't want people to think like, oh, you're picking favorites and all of that. Oh, you just mad because you're a guy in my head. So I try to be even kill. So let me bring this to the screen with you, Eru. Come on, you goddamn. Come on. That nonsense, man. Come on, man.
Oh man.
God damn it. But
Pop-ups.
Norman Powell, and these are Mikal Bridges matchups, by the way, right? Averaging, a nice little 16 points.
Career stats, nothing special about that really.
Yo, let me dive into that.
The rebounds is a lot for him. 5.3. Sheesh.
Improvement. 5.3 rebounds, 4 assists. Now these are his matchups. Brother, Norman Powell, he was not cooking Mikal Bridges from the field. Norman Powell actually shot 40% from the field. Let me make sure that y'all see all of this. Norman Powell actually shot 40% from the field, and he shot 50% from three. The one thing that you kind of don't like when it comes from Mikal, you want to limit those shot totals, right? Mikal guarded him for 6 minutes, and Norman Powell, he managed to get off, 7 shots?
7 points.
That.
Does it say points?
Say that again?
Does that say points?
So right now, I forgot you get a little older. You all get
Put that shit in braille so I can see it better, man.
Let me get my reading glasses. Sound like my mom.
Yeah, so he did hit 7 points. He had 7 points on him.
Yeah, so these are some of the matches. Like Norman Powell, he was getting off of free throws. He was getting to the free throw line a lot. He made a lot of his free throws, so much respect for him.
He got funky for a second though. He was getting he was doing stuff. I'm like, yo, look at this dude. I didn't even know he could do some of the stuff that he was doing. So he was feeling himself for a hot second.
So shout out to Mikal. So some of the guys he's guarded so far this season, Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is shooting 55.6% versus Mikal. Derek White, he's shooting 33.3% from the field versus Mikal. Peyton Pritchard, a stat that I love. The lower amount of shot attempts means you're playing great defense. Peyton Pritchard only got 1 shot off from Mikal this season. Andrew Wiggins, he was 1 for 2 from the field. You don't like that, 50%. Sam Merrill, 66.7%. And the rest of the guys, it was like 1 shot or 2 shots. But Mikal Bridges playing okay defense. I didn't even pick it up, though, to be honest with you. I wish.
Yeah, I feel like he could take it up. He could take it up another notch, but this is beginning of the season. He definitely has another gear to go.
Super early.
Yeah.
Super early in the season. It's not really like nothing, no biggie. Especially when OG Anunoby, his defensive field goal percentage is supremely great right now. I think I told you 37.4. Anybody you could go fact check me on that. OG's been playing great defense this season. But shout out to the New York Knicks. Obviously, we lost the last game. Now let's get to the last part. Jalen Brunson, the superstar.
Oh no. I'm about to say, a little something long-winded, but I mean, just the things, man. Like around this time of the Earth right now, 2025, there are not really many superstars out there. Just to say the NBA, the superstars are the old guys like Durant, Stephen Curry, LeBron James. Those guys are the superstars. Westbrook. People still talking about Westbrook coming off the bench and stuff, but he's more of a superstar than some of the other guys. James Harden, I'm not even thinking about him over there in the Clippers. And guys like Kawhi and stuff like that. Those guys are supposed to have been name people, but they're kind of like secondary. So outside of that, if you look in the East, I'm trying to figure out who's the superstar in the NBA. The people automatically jump on Anthony Edwards. You know what I'm saying? But is he really? Or is he just the only American that's really, really good? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Who is a superstar in the
NBA? Shout out to Jalen Brunson, top 10 second round pick of all time with the likes of Draymond Green. You got Jokic, you got a couple of people there. In my opinion, he's a star. Him and Karl-Anthony Towns are stars to me. And the only reason why I don't view him as a superstar yet is he don't give me that aura yet. It's aura, it's the accolades. notoriety. So, for example, Billy asked me earlier, so is Carmelo Anthony a superstar? Yeah. Is that a trick question? But the reason why he's a superstar to me is because when he came to the Knicks, he ushered in a whole generation of Knicks fans. One, two, global impact. Three, top 10 scorer all time. Four, made it to the Western Conference Finals. The only reason why he didn't get to the finals is because Kobe, mother effing Bean Bryant, and you see the squad he was with. And then you got other guys like Tracy McGrady and stuff like that. So,
but what makes a superstar though? You know, that's another thing too. Because like say you think about Carmelo, you know, he was already a superstar when he came to the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? He was a superstar before he got in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? He came up in that era, you know, the ABCD camp and all that type of stuff, where guys were like, you know, LeBron James wasn't even the top guy. It was another guy. Keep forgetting what his name that didn't make it to the NBA, whatever. He was the top guy. You know what I'm saying? So we remember them coming up, the legend that build up around them when they were in teenagers. You know what I'm saying? So that build up the memory in our heads and the feeling that we feel about them. And then, you know, Melo won the championship in college and stuff, and just the braids and the culture. You know what I'm saying? That's what gives you superstars. You know, like Durant. You know, he kind of built himself up too. You know, coming from Seattle and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Westbrook and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So there's nobody in the NBA that has that thing about them that we just been following them so long. They just have like this, you know, legendary life. You know that we just, you know, I don't see too many people like that.
me neither. It's like that it factor, like Allen Iverson, like you see superstar, like you know what I'm saying?
No,
It's like, oh,
you know, before the internet, like it's not even before the internet, but before the internet became the internet, how it is now, like everybody knew who these guys were. You know what I'm saying? Like the Iversons and stuff. Iverson, people knew about him playing football before basketball back, you know, back in the days and whatever. Then he got himself into trouble, and then he went to Georgetown and stuff. It's like I said, this is like a legend that's building around this dude. You know, that's one guy, Stephon Marbury in New York. You know, people the before Stephon Marbury even touched the basketball, his brothers were already like becoming legendary within in the basketball scene. The Marbury name, and then they were saying, "Oh, the best one's going to be the last, the fifth brother. He's going to be the one that's going to be." So he had that legend. You know what I'm saying? That build, you know, up. We just don't have that. Ray Allen had it coming from where he came from. You know, a lot of guys, Big Dog Robinson. These guys are legendary dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we just don't have. I just don't see that. You know, like, you know, there's no story. You know.
yeah, got like it's building up though. Like Brunson, he's adding to the book, he's adding to the collection. It's building up. Like Brunson is going. It's crazy when Katie first said it, when he said Brunson is going to be in the Hall of Fame. He's absolutely 100% going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, you know, I was talking about the story though. You know, like Brunson is the son of a former Nick. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? So he has a story. You know, I loosely remember him. You know, back in the '90s as a little kid. You know what I'm saying, with Brunson. You know, bringing his kids and the thing. You see them just like you saw Steph Curry and them back in the days too. You know what I'm saying? It's a legend. You know what I'm saying? So especially within New York, whatever, there's a legend of Jalen Brunson. You know, he's you know he's related to, you know, I mean, there's ties and stuff, you know, so you get what I'm trying to say?
yeah, man, yeah. It builds up. It builds up. Like Jacob Brunson resume is building up. Like he already passed Walt Clyde Frazier for most 30-point games in Knicks history. He already passed Carmelo. I think he passed Carmelo Anthony for most points in Knicks history the first 3 seasons with the team. Right? He already passed Carmelo Anthony as far as like playoff success. He already passed Julius Randle as far as playoff success.
Yo, he's passed a lot of people. He's been averaging like 30 something points per game in the playoffs.
But it's just still a piece of me who just don't view him as a superstar yet. Now maybe it's because of the hype, I guess, or something. And I can't really say that because Allen Iverson was damn near mine. So I don't know. Maybe I'm being tough on him, but I don't view him as a superstar.
Is it because he's ours? You don't want to do it? Because here's the thing too. Like, say with Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing was playing. You know, people would talk about him, but you know, at the time when Ewing was here, people hated Patrick Ewing. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Ewing wasn't beloved that much. You know what I'm saying? People say, "Oh, the big fella," and this, that, and the other. Well, people, dragged him in and they said, "Oh, all he wants to do is shoot. He needs to take it inside." You know what I'm saying? The Knicks need to trade him. That's what was happening until he was gone. Once he was gone, then everybody realized, "Oh shit, what did we do?" We didn't appreciate him while he was here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact. And I don't want to do that to Brunson. You know what I'm saying? I want to do that to Brunson. That's why I'm starting to get mad at his teammates. Because I'm starting to get mad at Leon Rose. Because if I still view Brunson, I view Brunson as a star. He's right at the doorstep. He's literally knocking right at the door. It's just his goddamn teammates and the people that Leon Rose has been bringing him.
Yeah.
We can't open the door with that. And now it's possible we can. I hope we can. I pray we can. I don't view Cat as this superstar that certain other people do. He's a star. OG Anunoby, he's a role player until further notice. Mikal, he's a role player until further notice. Knicks kind of missing the superstar for me, unless Brunson just turns into Allen Iverson.
I mean, but like I said, Brunson is literally Allen Iverson right now, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at his numbers, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's averaging like 20, over 25 per game since he's been a Knick. And like, he's literally averaging 30 plus points per game in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? He legit is Allen Iverson.
Yo, Brunson is insane, bro. He's insane, bro. Even his numbers, like, hold on, let me put this on this.
Yeah, you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it and be like, yo, is that real? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it is real. Not only is he getting those points, the percentages are great too.
I'm so sorry, Knicks fans, yo. I just don't see him. I just don't see. Yo, it's no. Wait, hold on. Wait. Whoa. All right. I ain't get that lost. All right, so let's put this here. So these are Jalen Brunson stats for his Knicks career.
Look at the numbers, bro. I mean, like, the numbers are crazy. He got some crazy numbers. Like, I'm looking at the playoffs. If you add this to Knicks seasons, he's literally averaging 29.9 points per game, 6.8 assists, and 3.8 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? And the percentages are all decent percentages.
Elite percentages, bro. They're like 24-6, 49% field, 42% for three, 29-7, 26-7, 30-6. Like,
man.
I'm probably being disrespectful when it comes to JB and selling him short. I'm probably selling him short. Like,
yeah,
I probably need to look at it through a different lens, but the lens that I look at it through is I don't see too many teams in NBA history who's won with a short guard as their 1A. Now, the teams that have won, look at their teammates.
Word up, yeah. Because I mean, like Isaiah Thomas, that's the main one, right? Isaiah Thomas, he had Joe Johnson next to him, and then behind him he had Vinny. Yeah, and then he had the perfect forwards and big men in front of him to protect them. You know what I'm saying? So their teams were built, for success. So, but at the same time too, looking at those teams, I can't think of the guy's name, but Adrian Dantley was one of the stars that Detroit had, but they traded Adrian Dantley for Mark Aguirre.
Yep.
And then Mark Aguirre himself benched himself so they can start Dennis Rodman. You know what I'm saying? So, just things that happened, for them to get to where they went. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say that maybe the Knicks are just not done. Maybe we're on our way to getting there. So maybe Mikal or OG is not the guys that we need to get to where we need to go. Maybe we need to do Adrian Dantley, which Adrian Dantley was one of the biggest scorers in the NBA history, and we traded him for Mark Aguirre. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe we need to do that,
just for people who don't know who the hell Adrian Dantley is. I know some of the younger folks like, yo, Adrian Dantley.
Adrian Dantley was Carmelo Anthony before Carmelo Anthony. He was like scoring wise. When you think of scoring at the
Right.
time, Adrian Dantley, he was that guy.
Oh my God, it's just so many numbers on the screen. The hell with it. I'll put it there. Now when it comes to our guy, oh my God, I got it wrong again. Oh, here we go. Basketball reference. Shout out to basketball reference. Some of these numbers from Adrian Dantley, like, and y'all notice on some of his numbers. So in 1976, 1977, he averaged 20 points. Next year, 21 points, 26 points, 19 points, 17 points. He averaged 28 points, 30.7 points per game, right? 30.3 points per game, 30.7 points per game.
He was a beast, you know.
He was a monster. And then in 1988, well, 1986, 1987, Detroit got him from Utah. And he played for Detroit for 2 years, right? And those teams on Detroit, he averaged 21 and he averaged 20. But he was traded, right?
Well,
And
context of that though is that he was pissed off because he wanted to average the 30. You know what I'm saying? But in Detroit, he couldn't average 30. That's what got him traded because he wanted the ball more. That was the issue with Andrew Dantley at the time.
and some of the other teams that had small guards that's won championships. And this is basically just me crapping on Brunson's teammates. This ain't really got nothing. It got a little bit to do with him. Small guards have won championships in NBA history, but look at their goddamn teammates. You just said a Defensive Player of the Year award winner was literally inserted into the starting lineup for a guy who's a former All-Star.
Yeah.
Chauncey Billups. You see his teammates? Do you know what a Ben Wallace would do for Karl-Anthony Towns and the Knicks right now?
Well, I mean, you mentioned Detroit. Detroit, they traded for Rasheed Wallace in midseason, and then he went to the finals. So maybe the Knicks have that in their story where we get to a certain point, and then there's a trade available. Giannis, we've been talking about him forever. Maybe we make a midseason trade for Giannis, and then that propels us to the championship.
Yeah. I just don't want them to be one track minded. So it can't just be Giannis because there's always other moves that you can make, and you can improve your team. A superstar has to be able to be an all-star and perform in the playoffs. I will never ever talk about Jalen Brunson in the playoffs. That man gets into the playoffs and he turns into the Super Saiyan mode. That's why I'm annoyed with his teammates. And then once again, our guy, Stephen Curry, who you play with? Andre Iguodala, Sean Livingston, bunch of basketball movers, bunch of former All-Stars, great players. Chauncey Billups, we already said it. Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace. It's possible for you to win with a small guard, but it all depends on who his teammates is. Brunson teammates, I don't respect any of them. Until somebody shows me in the playoffs, they're not going to leave him out there to die. That's where I'm at with those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, basketball is fun, man. There's so many different ways to win. I hate it when people are closed-minded in their thought process. When it comes to like building teams, it's just like some people are just like, nah, that can't happen. But I mean, just look at all the arguments, man. I just keep going back to like a Frank Ntilikina. I remember like on Sim show, Sim used to try to be the referee, and this would be like 6 guys in the panel, and all of us are cursing each other out, going crazy, and and we're arguing about Frank Ntilikina, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying? So, fans of sports in general are just like a lot of it is just what they think in their mind, or let's say like for Frank, for instance, is just like, oh, he's 6'5", he's a defender, he this, that, the other, the stuff that he does is not on the stat sheet. This is all in your mind. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you projected in your mind that you want him to be something but he's not though. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yo, I remember those Frank Ntilikina arguments.
Yeah.
I remember those. Brunson minus 26 in the ECF. I'm not blaming Brunson for that. His coach wore him down. I ain't blaming him for that. Not for that ECF loss. And I'm damn sure not blaming Karl-Anthony Towns. So I hope they get it together. And it's funny. The last but not least, we get in some of these chats before we get it. This season depends on Mike Brown coaching the roster properly, and it also depends on Jalen Brunson sacrificing some of his scoring for getting teammates like Cat and OG and Anobi more involved. This is why what he just said is the reason why I want the Knicks to get another playmaker in the starting line for exactly what he just said.
To get that player, somebody got to go.
Bye. None of them was drafted.
Well, I'm just saying, I got to plant that seed. You know, in order to get that player of that caliber, somebody's got to go.
You know? I have no problem with that. Because I'm not interested in Brunson shooting the ball 26 times. Like, I want to see what his teammates got. I know he can score the ball. I know he can distribute the ball. But I don't think it's about him anymore. It's about the grand scheme of shit, man. It like you said, right? There's different ways to skin a cat. It's different ways to win a championship. It's just when our two best players is Cat and Brunson, you kind of gotta like. It's a Rubik's cube where you gotta take out certain pieces and put certain pieces in because them two is kind of funny building around.
Yeah. But it's fun, man. It's all part of the process, you know, the content creating and stuff like that, you know, just talking about it and just using imagination and then just, you know, sticking with your child, you know, the inner child and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it is a game. Like I've been on other people's shows too, and I say, well, it's a child's game. And it's oh, come on, bro. So it is a child's game, though. It's a fucking game. It's a game. You know what I'm saying? It's just that people like a lot of people, you know, like it a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they're this more at stake, you know, sometimes when you have these conversations and stuff. But it is a child's game, man. So, you know, it's fun. It's fun to tap into that useful thing, man. That's what keeps us alive, you know?
That's a fact, man. That is a fact. Ralph, salute, man. Salute, man.
Ralph is a crazy dude, bro.
Yeah, Ralph crazy, man.
Yeah.
One of the greatest dudes you ever meet. My boy went to the groundhog hole once Randall got traded.
Ralph is cool as fuck, man. Really nice guy, definitely.
Point guard Ajay Mitchell from OKC is balling. I ain't gonna lie, this draft class is a lot of hoopers. A lot of hoopers. Cedric Wilson is a hooper from Memphis. Ooh, I said, ooh. But
the draft process is changing too with that. You know, you said hoopers, you know, like we got to start finding the hoopers now. Because you know the cream is rising. Most of these guys are really good, like, you know, they have good mixtapes or stuff like that, you know, or they might have done well because they were featured or something. But you get to the NBA, you know, you really get to see, you know, who rises and who doesn't, you know.
Yep, you got to play a role. And shit, we almost forgot about one of our guys, man. How we go through a whole show? Listen, an hour 15, and I'm trying to get you out of here. You quick, fast, in a hurry. I know you got to get up. Shit. Tom Coley, you know, better ball mover than Deuce McBride. And I love the way he plays. Every single time that he's came into a game this season, it's been great when it comes to Tyler Kolek. How do you feel about Kolek?
I don't want to like him, you know what I'm saying? But he could play, man. One thing I don't like about him is he has no speed, but he knows how to get to where he needs to go. And you know, for you know what, that's another thing too. In my mind, I'm thinking about him in a certain way, but I've never seen him get stripped. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't, you know, never seen him get stripped or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he's a good basketball player. You know what I'm saying? So he could definitely shoot. You know, and then he definitely could find his teammates. Whether he's not necessarily like a John Stockton kind of guy or like a Magic kind of where he's doing no look pass and that type of stuff, but he's able to complete the pass to somebody. So that's valuable in the NBA.
He definitely runs the offense at a high clip. Era, let me get this last thing in front of you. Pause these last bit of stats in front of you. So the Knicks bench, first 3 games. It's just 3 games into the season. Nobody got to panic. They ain't got to, you know, we ain't got to shoot at each other. The Knicks bench rankings 3 games in. 29th in points per game. 30th in field goal percentage. They're shooting 31.2% from the field. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
26 in 3-point percentage. They're shooting 26.7% from the three. They're also the true shooting percentage, 28th in the NBA. And Mike Brown, 3 most used 5-man lineups is Karl-Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, and Ariel Hot-Porty. That's a net rating of 0. The second lineup, and that lineup played 19 minutes together. The second lineup that I have here, Karl-Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Deuce McBride. That lineup is a plus 12.8. And evil for shits and giggles. The best lineup right now for the Knicks is Karl-Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and Jalen Brunson at a plus 54.9 in 15 minutes. So the 10-star lineup.
We're back at square one. But it has to do with flow, though, you know, because, you know, OG and Mikal can't rebound, so Josh rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of those guys can put the ball on the floor, and Josh is probably like the second best, you know, person at that, you know, as far as that. So the balance is there in that group. So I get it.
Josh Hart defeats the whole beat bop boop segment because he could actually like play make for you without even trying to do all of that. Trying to get past somebody and dribble the ball. Shouts to Josh, man. 0% motherfucker.
Yeah, he's annoying, man. You know, we're close, man. We're definitely close. But not everybody's gonna make it to the end, you know. Like I said, you know, the way we argued about RJ Barrett, the motherfucker ain't on the team no more. He's on Toronto. You know, same thing with IQ. People say, "Oh, we never trade IQ. Who we trading them for?" You know what I'm saying? Now look at this shit. You know, so I mean, people get moved all the time. People get traded all the time. You know?
Yeah, man. Any thoughts about tomorrow's game? I guess we could get out of here. Once again, man, appreciate all of you Knicks fans. And we spoke about Jalen Brunson as a goddamn superstar, right? I said he's a star, but he's knocking on the door. So I don't want to see Billy and all you. Oh, you didn't talk about it. Even evil. We just had a whole segment about it. So go ahead, yes, with that. God damn it. But any thoughts about tomorrow's game? Knicks play the Milwaukee Bucks at 8 p.m. Oh my god, I hate those goddamn late goddamn games. We play the Bucks at 8 p.m. Both teams is 2-1.
It's gonna be interesting, man. You know, matchup wise, I think the Knicks is gonna be a decent matchup for that squad. So you know, we'll see. You know, certain guys are playing better than they were playing last year. You know, as far as the Bucks is concerned, Cole Anthony had a breakout game the other day. Kevin, that dude, whatever his name is, the Porter guy, he's out. You know, for whatever reason. I think something I forgot what happened to him. But anyway, you know, they have a new guy there, a second-year player that's been playing point guard for them that's been pretty good too. So I mean, they have some talent there. You know, Gary Trent Jr. is there. You know, they have some talent there. So you know, the Knicks are gonna have to play some basketball. You know, but I think the matchup, you know, from whatever I think the Knicks should be able to pull it out. You know.
Shit, hopefully, man. You know the narrative is gonna be running, brother. you know, Call it the town narrative. OG every time he missed a shot, I'll be looking right at it. And
both ways though. Even if we beat the Bucks, you know what I'm saying, people still gonna be saying, "Oh, look at Giannis. You need to get him out of there. Go to the Knicks." You know, oh look, he's playing against his future team. That type of thing.
Oh, that's gonna be dope. I can't wait till that narrative come out. He's playing against a new team already. Look, the NBA is cheating. I just gotta put this on the screen, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
He's amazing, man. He still plays like he's playing for his life. You know what I'm saying? He played like he ain't got no money. Like you know, like he don't know where his next meal is coming from. That's how he play.
Yo. Win-win season for us, right? If we don't get to the finals, and I will say on the live stream, the Knicks will get to the finals. Knock on wood, championship. I try not to put that energy on Twitter Spaces and not like that because it feel like it's bad juju. It's too much going on. You overly say it and they don't do it. It kills your whole morale. So Gotta get away from that, bro. Even anything you got coming out this week, and once again, man, salute to all you goddamn Knicks fans in the goddamn chat. Enough with the parlays, buddy. Enough. Gambling addict. But anything you got for the people you before we get out of it.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to get a schedule together, man. Sunday, Halloween messed me up because I had to work 10 straight days, man. So that's why, me and State, couldn't get on Sunday. But Sundays, right? We're gonna try to get together most Sundays, right? If we can.
Yes,
Yeah,
for sure.
for me, outside of that, I'm trying to get 2 other days together where I can get some more content up, man. So just on my end, look for that. What you got going on, man?
I'm definitely gonna have the cheating stuff tomorrow. I think that's very important for people to read about it. And as far as like the cheating stuff that I'm talking about is with Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups, just writing about is gambling affecting.
Substack.
Substack. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So is gambling affecting sports? Also got the Jets and the Giants articles. They'll be out tomorrow morning. I gotta wake up at 5 a.m. God damn it. And I probably got a podcast audio coming out tonight, tomorrow night. People know I got the Twitter Spaces going, so we're going Twitter Space right after the game tomorrow. It's mad stuff on the way. It's so much
stuff. Yeah, content creating is fun, man. I like it. I say it all the time. Support whoever you like to support. It's important. Because it's so important. Look at everybody got a podcast now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's doing exactly what we're doing. So I mean, same thing like hip hop. People say there's no real hip hop out there. That's because you're not looking for it. You know what I'm saying? Like the real Knicks content creators, like oh man, this person, you're not looking for it. You know what I'm saying? If you turn it on the TV to find Knicks content, then you ain't looking in the right place.
Yeah, you gotta go through the depths of hell. Go through the depths of hell. Some people, it depends on what you like to listen to. Yeah. Some people don't want to hear that number shit all the time. Some people just want to feel like they at the barbershop while they driving their car with their little homies and all that. Other people want to hear about numbers. So it's a fine balance.
But you can find it though. Whatever you're looking for, you can find it. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta don't be lazy. And just go out and support the people out there because there's a lot of people out there. Shout out to Guard Up Knicks. He's starting to. I'm noticing that they starting to pick up. There's a couple other guys too. I can't get their names right now, but I'm thinking about a couple people that you may not have that may not have been eaten before. I can see them starting to come up now. So support people, man.
Shout out to my guy Trippy, man. My guy Ross. A couple people we got probably left. It's a couple people in the Knicks content space.
Trippy was in the chat too just now. I peeped that.
Yeah, shout out to my guy Tribute, man. Me and Ro was just having a goddamn screaming match earlier about Brunson. He called me a goddamn bitch.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? That Twitter space is shit. I can't get with it, man. I can't get with it. Because it's so casual. You a fucking bitch. And then they tune into the next show. I love you, State. Like, damn, son. Like, I can't get it. I get it, that I love you shit. I guess that's like the era now, man. But I don't like saying it. I just don't like telling people I love you. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking crazy. I'm supposed to give you buns now? I just don't understand. What the fuck is that shit about?
The young dudes say my heart. My little brother, he say, yo, chill my heart. I'm like, yo, bro, pause, bro.
The hell's going on here, man?
Oh man, shout out to the youngest, man. Last but not least, RJ Barrett hooping in Toronto. Shout out to our guy. Shout out to RJ Barrett, man. Yeah. Yes, I'm salty he got traded. Yes. If you want me to admit it, you're damn right. But it's all in the past.
It's all in the past.
It's nothing I can do. Yo, Eru, man, let's get out of here, man. Once again, man, shout out to all you Knicks fans that tunes in to both our podcasts and tune in to the Diehard State of Mind. It's been so many of them. Soon we'll be at episode 100. I think that's really good. I think that's probably the only time I'll probably take a Smirnoff and just drink that Because I'm not, I haven't touched liquor in 15, 16 days. So, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't drank in a while neither. So that's worth celebrating.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we could do something, not necessarily big pause, but something a little different for that episode. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah. I gotta smoke some weed. I got.
Or maybe I can make an appearance at the liquor store or something. Put me
Yeah,
to work.
pull up, man. Pull up, man. You know. Pull up, man. Oh man, these chat is jumping right now. But we gotta get out of here, man. Let me make sure, man. Shout out to my guy Eru. Make sure all you Knicks fans go follow both of us on Twitter. Go follow us on Instagram. Dial State of Mind. You can find us on 9 streaming apps. No, more than 9. You can find it on 15 plus streaming apps. All you gotta do is just Google us. That's all you gotta do, baby. That's all you gotta do. And with that said, I had another. This live stream will be replayed at 1 in the morning, just in case if you missed this live stream, and it will be replayed again at 5 in the morning, just to make sure that you're waking up, you car driving, you're going to see us again. Shout out to the content creator who taught me that little nugget. That right there, that little replay the streaming on. Oh, it's over. It's over. I'm gonna replay this shit like 6 times before. I'm farming now. But yo, salute to you, Hero. I'm out of here, man. Salute to you, Knicks fans too, man. Peace and blessings, everybody.